Hi bee buddies! Here we are at the Bradkin Apiary installing some new packages for spring. As you can see, we've done one already and we're about to do our second. You might be wondering, why are we doing 2 hives this year? Our hive from last year didn't do so well this winter. The queen survived and so did a bunch of our girls, but not quite enough to make it into spring as robustly as we would like. So we packed her up and brought her to an observation hive in the city. She's being very glamorous, yet these guys are going to kind of take the place of the previous hive and hopefully have a stronger, better year. So what we're going to do first is spray down the bees with some water because it's harder for them to fly when their wings are wet. Speaking of water, it's been raining all day, so we have been like on this mad chase to set things up without getting completely poured all over. You can probably still hear the relaxing sounds of rain droplets falling off the trees, but it's not so bad right now. Next, I'm going to cut open the screen for a very... First I'm going to get them off the screen, and then I'm going to cut open the screen to free them up for what will be the amazing dump into the hive box. There are all sorts of ways to get the bees out of this box. For the first hive, we took out the top where the sugar feeder is and sort of shook them out of the hole. We found that a lot of bees were still hanging out inside the the package box using that method. So this one, which we did last year, so now they have a way out, so maybe I don't want to get them that excited. Alright, let's see what happens. Gravity.
Oh, that other one did.
Okay, having some technical difficulties. Brute strength, gravity. So this is about 12,000 bees in a package. Sounds like a lot. Not that bad. So now I'm going to put some capped honey in here. This honey was left over from the previous hive. It's not honey that we necessarily want to keep for human consumption because it is the result of the the fall feeding of sugar syrup. We wanted them to go into winter with enough stores to survive. So this isn't like the fun stuff made out of nectar. It's just sugar syrup. You can see that this is drawn comb. A lot of new hives, you just start with wax frame foundation and you hope that the bees will build it up. But we're giving them a bit of a head start now with this already drawn comb because they can spend time taking care of the queen and having her reproduce and taking care of those eggs and larvae versus building out wax comb. The darker it is, the more use it's had. Lots of bee generations in here. So, if you happen to do a quick count, you'll see that there are 9 frames in here. And usually, each box will have 10 or 8 if you do a smaller hive. This is a 10 frame hive. The reason for that is that we have to insert the queen. She yeah, I mean, Cruz's mother just said, it doesn't look like the not flying thing really happened. It's possible because they were in a cluster inside the package, just the outer bees got wet and the inner bees, of course, were kept dry by their sisters. Once again, brute strength. This is a container of sugar syrup, and this is what's been feeding the bees while they've made their long journey from the south. This is the very special queen cage. You can see her in there. She's bigger, longer. She has a blue dot on her. The blue dot marks her as the queen for visibility, but the color also changes every year so that you know how long, like what year your queen was put in there and how old she is. The other bees in there are workers that are put in there to sort of take care of her attendants. And this white stuff is a candy substance that the bees will eventually eat through to free their homegirl. Now this is complicated for my muscles. I don't know. We're trying to get this thing off. It didn't really work on the last one. Ooh, we forgot the marshmallows.
Did you eat it?
Maybe. Wait, let me see. Nope.
Okay.
Thank you, though. So on the first hive, we sort of took out the wrong end. This is a cork that's just closing up this hole. And we took it out thinking the candy was under the cork. And we were like, oh no, it's a complete free passage. And the reason you don't want that free passage to start is that you want to give the hive time to get used to their queen and her pheromones. So you want to kind of keep her in this cage for a while. However, that was wrong. We stuffed it closed with marshmallow, which is what people do if the candy's been eaten through. But actually, all this white stuff is a candy substance. And they'll eat through this, giving everybody time to get used to each other. And by the time it's eaten through, then the queen can march out and, you know, have a lovely life. The reason there's a hole here is that we're going to suspend the queen cage in here. I read about this system of, like, making 2 little arms that can sort of like reach out with joy to hold onto the frames on either side of it. Oh good, the hammer. Normally I don't wear gloves during the beekeeping year because, oh god, the thing fell out. Because the hives get very sticky with propolis, and these don't really help much. But because there's not much propolis in here at the moment, I'm going for it because I get pretty bad local reaction to bee stings. And my body parts swell up around the sting to like basketballs. Not a good look. to see, this is a drone. He's got big, fat body and gigantic beady eyes. The drones are basically the sperm pouches of the hive. They don't really contribute to the existence of bees other than to spread the seed. I don't know, that's it. I guess that's it. I'm going to make it snug. They're going to eat through all that candy. She's going to come out of this hole. And the legacy of Bradkin bees will live on. I guess that's it. We're going to spend some time covering up the hive now. There's actually some lovely sunshine, which is perhaps the universe smiling upon our endeavors here. We have a special guest from the West Coast. Chris's mom. Chris has a fancy new outfit too, which maybe we should just point out about the videographer. And that's it. These are the girls. Giving them some love. And we'll check in soon and let you know how they're going. Thanks.